46 quotes booked, one fencing company, just over a month. I'm gonna break down the exact campaign we ran. I'm even gonna show you the ad creatives we used, the offer, the follow-up we implemented, and show you why exactly it was able to get these results. Because it wasn't luck. It wasn't even a massive budget. It was a proper process. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you the exact campaign results, including cost per lead, cost per book quote, total ad spend. And this process doesn't just apply to fencing companies. If you're a business that provides a service to homeowners, roofers, HVAC, landscapers, window companies, I've worked with many companies, implemented the same process and got great results, just like this window company I work with.
I've been working with Spencer for about 2 months now. My personal business investment was about $3,000 and it generated about $52,000 of revenue for my business.
Here's exactly what I'm gonna walk you through today. First, the creatives, the actual video ads we use to generate these leads. Secondly, we're gonna go over the offer we use. This is the thing most businesses completely overlook when running Facebook ads. Having a good ad isn't good enough. We have to have some urgency in the ad to make sure that lead moves forward when they see your ad at the time of seeing it. Third is the follow-up system, and arguably this is the most important part of it all because your campaign can't work if you're not properly handling your leads. So let's start at the top, the actual creatives. We run Facebook video ads for home service businesses like this because Facebook video ads consistently outperform other types of ads. Like for example, photo ads or static graphic ads. But one thing most business owners get wrong is they put all their eggs in one basket. They make one video ad, throw it out there, and hope for the best. When in reality, you need to be testing. You know, we test 4 videos per month, and whichever has the best performance, Facebook will allocate a larger budget to the best performing one. So you're not wasting money on low performing ads. So like I said, we ran 4 different ads, and I'm gonna put on screen now an example of one of the ads we use. They're all pretty similar, but they got different hooks. We're structuring them differently. So here's the example of one ad we use. This is our highest performer.
Windsor, Essex homeowners, May is the window. Miss it, and you're waiting until next year. This month only, Trueline Contracting is offering a limited rebate on new fence installations, plus a down payment match of up to $1,000. So you save up front and lock in your project before summer. We've been building fences since 1992. Honest pricing, real craftsmanship, backyards your kids and pets can actually use. Our install schedule is filling up fast, and when this offer's gone, it's gone. Get your free quote today before your spot disappears.
Now, we had 4 different variations of those, and you don't want to be picking what you think is the best ad. You want Facebook to be doing that. Their algorithm is much more powerful than what your personal opinion on an ad is. So put out a couple different ads and let Facebook allocate the largest budget to the best performer. Now the creative is what gets someone to stop the scroll, but the offer inside the actual ad is what gets them to turn into a lead. Now, a big mistake I see businesses make is within their actual ads is not having a proper offer that provides urgency. Urgency is huge in Facebook advertising. You need to give people viewing a reason to fill out the form and request a quote. A lot of businesses, they'll just make videos talking about their service, their process, and kind of about them, and at the end have a call to action saying, click the link, fill out a form, and you can get a quote. But you need some aspect of urgency to push the people who that your service isn't, it's kind of on the back of their mind, like maybe they'll need a fence in a couple of years or a couple months. But if you were to add, we have a limited time rebate available for the next 30 days, now it's like, all right, it's in the back of their mind. They might need it in the next couple months, but this is offers on the table. Let's get a quote from them. And now you're face to face in front of a customer. So for this exact campaign, we ran an in-house rebate program. 1 month limited time. After the month's up, the rebate's gone. When someone sees a real deadline of a deal, of a rebate, it shifts their thinking from maybe I'll get a quote some point or I'll reach out when I'm ready to I need to move forward or I need to get a quote before the offer runs out. So you're actually creating demand within your ads. And here's a thing people don't talk about enough. It also helps with the sales process because when you have limited time deals, like a limited time rebate, you go give your quote and someone needs to talk about it with their wife. Someone needs to think about it. That's probably the number one objection you're gonna run into, or they're gonna shop around, that sort of thing. They're pushing it off, giving you an answer. If the quote runs out in 5 days and you notify this lead, hey, are you still thinking about it? Just wanna let you know this rebate ends in 5 days. Would you like to move forward? It now gives them a reason like, all right, we gotta make a decision here. So it's gonna move people along your sales process by just giving them a little nudge because they have to move forward to get this offer before it runs out. So not only is it going to help you get more leads, but it's also going to help you close more leads, kind of the leads who are kind of stale in the pipeline and who aren't making a decision or pushing it off. Now, the last part that we had dialed in is the follow-up. And this is one of the most important parts. Your campaign is not going to work. Don't spend money on Facebook ads if you're not going to commit to following up with leads properly. Businesses will invest into Facebook ads, but don't have a system in place, and then they blame it on the ads and not the system and follow-up. And Facebook leads, they go cold fast. So we set up every client with the CRM. They get a phone number in there, so automated text messages get sent out to leads. As soon as they see your ad on Facebook or Instagram and they fill out a form for a quote, they automatically get a text saying, hey, this is blah, blah, blah from company name. We just got your request for a quote for a new fence. We'll be in touch shortly to book you in. Now they're expecting that call. And when you call them, within the next 5 minutes, they know it's you and they're gonna pick up. So 5 minutes is max you're gonna wanna wait. As a business owner, if you want to handle the leads, you have to commit to calling them within 5 minutes max. If you can call them within 60 seconds, even better. If you can't do that, if you can't commit to dropping anything you're doing at the time, picking up that phone and booking that lead in, then you should let us handle it. Because converting these leads to quotes are going to be the bloodline of your business. If you're not getting in front of your customer and giving out quotes, you're not growing. So speed to lead is the biggest factor. If they've requested a quote from you, they've probably requested quotes from other companies. And the company that can get to them first has a much higher likelihood of getting in front of them and selling the job than if you were to wait. So we have appointment setters. In this case, for this fencing company, they went with our appointment setters because they didn't want to be having the trouble of handling leads. They didn't think they could handle them properly. And they thought their campaign would struggle by them handling them. So our appointment setters handled all the incoming leads, they called them and booked them into appointments for in-person quotes for them. The fast follow-up combined with the urgency in the ads allowed us to get these results, allowed us to book in 46 quotes within just over a month. So as I promised, here's the results of the campaign. We ran this for just over a month. The total ad spend was $2,389. Their cost per lead averaged out to $20 a lead. In fact, we launched one campaign where they were getting $11 cost per lead, which is pretty good for a high ticket service like fencing. And their cost for in-person but quote was $51, meaning they were paying $51 to get a quote, which is pretty good for a fencing business. In fact, we were running these ads, they had to turn off the ads because they had to catch up with fulfillment and giving out quotes. And the fencing company is now increasing their pricing because they're getting so much demand, because they're able to. So if you're a service-based business and want to create a campaign similar to one we did here, just in the bio, I have a link to my calendar. You can go fill it out and book a time to talk, and we can see how we can implement this exact same system into your business.